This is where Arsenal's better defence is going to matter.
That's true.
If this current Arsenal go 1-0 up against Man United, they are not letting it slip.
I agree. That's a great point. That's exactly what I would say. Arsenal at 1-0 at Man United at Old Trafford, they stay resolute, lad, and they probably get a second goal later in the game because they've been solid and they don't make the mistakes that we have. Honestly, I'm worried about them, definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt, like you said, they finish everything that comes their way now. And it's because of Arteta in January or whenever it was when they come back from Dubai, from that break, and he swapped Havertz over and went, right, you're going to play this role now, lad, and now he's scoring bags of goals. They're unreal. How many goals have they scored? 27. How many have conceded? 4. This is a terrifying football team, lad. I'm not joking, like, credit to them.
I still got them meat pics from Dubai, man, waiting to drop them.
It's mad.
Them Arteta ones.
It's mad, lads.
You know, in this
one again!
He can't keep getting away with it.
Arsenal and this, I think, let's call it what it is. The way Arsenal perform, this Arsenal team for me are going to be very, very about for a long time. I saw a conversation which they likened this Arsenal squad to an early Liverpool squad of when you made the 1 or 2 signings. Then it's like, okay, how do you then push it further? How do we get those few little signings that mean that we're solidified? I think the foundation that they've built upon with Raya's going to be signed on a permanent. The 2 centre halves, as we say, probably the best partnership in the world. Yeah. You have fullbacks that are able to play at whatever time. Credit to Arteta. Everyone was saying party, 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 party. He's finally realised that Declan Rice is combative enough. Jorginho, you're there. Season. Just be there. Just have it.
Even
works.
Jorginho, let's be honest. Jorginho and Trossard, the roles they've played.
They've played, exactly.
When it was January, when they were being signed, they were
let's
seen
get Mudryk.
As lesser signings. It was meant to be Mudryk and Caicedo. Remember, it was Ricedo. We're going to get that. But the fact that the role they've played, even Havertz being signed in the summer.
If they're to win the league, you'd say that the 2 Chelsea boys have played a pivotal part in it.
Crazy.
And what you have to remember is, people laughed at when it was the Arsenal boys, Zinchenko and Jesus. What did they say? There's a reason why they got let go from City, because they wouldn't cross over the line. So you're telling me they're going to take 2 Chelsea former boys, 2 former City boys,
2 Chelsea rejects, 2 City rejects, and turn it into a title-winning team?
Boy.
That's, you got to put that down to the manager, lad.
And that's what I'm saying. You don't have to have serious conversations about Arteta, about not only his profile and the understanding, but how he's put this team together.
Absolutely.
Even with the whole Saliba thing, it seems to be a distant memory. This guy wasn't messing with Saliba. He sent this guy to League One.
Did you see his press conference the other day? Where he was like, when did you know this is going to be a good partnership? When I sent him to Marseille, I went, you sneaky bugger, don't try that.
Away. And everyone was like, why is Saliba not here? Why is not Saliba here? Integrate him back.
Yeah.
It seems to work now. What Arsenal have got is they've got a solid team. They play a very good style of football. And there's this belief.
Trossard, the dues, lad. That's what they do. They have to lose, right? You have to lose. That's what we did. His first season, Jurgen Klopp come, Europa League final. Get to that. Don't win it, but we have that fire back to go and say we can get to finals again. Look what Jurgen Klopp's done for us. We've got that energy. Get to another final next year, League Cup final, lose. It's all right. But we keep going, lad, and that's what they needed to do. They needed to have the sting of defeat so that they could build the fire in the belly to win the leagues and win the titles. Still haven't done it yet, but they're by far the best team in the league.
When Arteta took over, I don't think. You would have seen Arsenal kind of returning to some capacity.
Wait, do you remember? Arsenal
now they're in a quarterfinal against Bayern Munich, where I think, from what I'm hearing, about 70% of people I'm asking are like, Arsenal are going through. I'm like, do you see how the narrative has completely changed? Now they're competing with Liverpool and City as well.
Because they're showing us that's why.
You actually really have to give Arteta his flowers.
I want to go to that point.
You've actually turned it around.
Let's
built it.
Arsenal fans will know, but let's take it back. When Arteta got to Arsenal, right? This was peak banter era. This was the swag era. It was the
bring it back.
It was the swag.
I miss those days.
It was the like a boom. It was like a boom. What else did you have? You had flipping dance competitions.
It was
in the changing room.
Lacka, boom.
That's what it was. You had the dance competitions in the changing rooms. You had flipping.
Maitland-Niles didn't want to play in defence.
Didn't want to play in defence.
David Luiz and Socrates.
What's that one?
The Chuckle Brothers.
Holding, doing stuff.
Yeah.
Think about like when
Chesney smoking in the changing rooms.
Bro, think of when United fans are like, we need a mass clear out. We need a mass clear out. We need a mass clear out. Arteta, in the space of how many years, when he came, he said, I wanted to change the philosophy. He beefed the club captain and got rid of him. But first things first, he went toe to toe with his club captain, got rid of him. He's had to do so much to now be in a place where Arsenal are not a joke of a team anymore. No. You can't even banter with Arsenal because people are like, hold on, who are you talking to? Do you know what a team is? The fact that Arsenal at some point this season were saying stadiums are emptying everywhere we go. This is Arsenal talking about. We're talking about Arsenal at their prime Barcelona, like before, like Harlem Globetrotters, before they get to stadiums, that they've won games. Yeah. For me, it's testament to like how far they've come, and even if they want to win the title this year, you know that they're going to compete. Now, for them to win the title this year, they have to, like you say, it's time to lock in now. My biggest question mark is, can they maintain and keep doing it? Because unlike you guys, they actually tend to finish their dinner. Yeah. This Brighton game, they showed that.
Absolutely.
Trossard came on, got his goal. Havertz did what he needed to do. They got the penalty, of course. Saka converted. Now you have to be at that minimum for 7 games now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of concentration. There's a lot of expectancy. I think most people are probably saying that Arsenal are in the driving position, which is a situation that hurt them last year. So now it's like, can they do it?
Yeah.
Can they do it? And if they do, you've got to give credit to them. It'll be one of the...
Yes, that is it. That's one of the things. Whoever wins this title race, you absolutely fully deserve it, and credit to you, because it's one of the most difficult title races in a long time.
As a Chelsea fan, obviously now I think he surpassed his highest tally for Chelsea in the league as well, for goals and assists.
Yeah.
What do you make of this? Is this a thing where you actually have to hold your hands up, give Arteta credit for finding that role for him?
What he has, more than anything, he has the trust in Arteta. Listen, whether it's a stinker, whether it's a good game, I'm going to utilize you on what you're strong at. Even if it's not the same position, I know that you can crash the box. I know that you've got this gritty side about you that you can win challenges. I know that if I need you to sort of slow play down and whatnot, you can do that. Arteta likes him as a profile. Like, so for him to do this, it makes sense that he's doing that. Havertz has done what he needed to do for the price tag he was bought in at. So credit to him and credit to Arteta, because that's a big risk, spending, how much was it? What?
65 million, bro.
65 million?
65 million.
So now it's all about how far can they go and see it out.
Arsenal, and without a doubt, I said it earlier, playing the best football in the league. But when they've been on top, they have crumbled, lad. And they've shown it time after time, which is why, unfortunately, the ghost of the past is haunting them all the time.
Do you know, it's so crazy, yeah? We spent like 10 minutes just praising Arsenal.
And then just hate.
Within 3 minutes, all the Arsenal fans are like, we see the story.
Yeah.
The true colours
you're brilliant, but we hate you all.
That's the kind of evolution I want to see. With Arteta, I think you saw when he came to Arsenal that first year, it was implement his culture, set the kind of the guidelines and who's on my side, who's not, differentiate that. But then you saw progression every year, whether it's the attacking play last year, whether it's the defensive play this year. So for me, I think that's what you want to see from Ange.